have never been this anxious, this overwhelmed, and this like scared in my life.
Is anyone else like extremely freaked out as a college senior?
Graduation anxiety it's so real.
I am having a lot of anxiety.
And I feel like a failure, and
well, at least people I know don't really talk about it.
I just want to excel in the things that I love.
There's something strange that happens right before graduation that makes it feel like the scariest year of your life. Half of all students struggle with anxiety, and the closer you get to the finish line, the worse it gets. The reality is, 52% of college grads are underemployed working jobs that don't require a degree. Even Harvard MBAs are starting to struggle. If you're lucky, you'll find a job before or within 8 months of graduating. But if you're in the unlucky 85%, you probably have no idea what you want to do next, which means you'll probably end up at a job you hate, with a salary you're ashamed of, and parents complaining about how you're wasting your life. But here's the question. Is college a scam? Because if you did everything right, why does graduating feel less like a beginning and more like falling behind? College isn't a scam, but it can start to feel like it if you believe the 5 myths that are sold to us at the beginning. You see, most people are sold on the idea that college is where you find yourself and figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life. But that hasn't been true since like 2000. The truth is, everyone goes through an identity crisis at some point. The people who do go to college get to delay it because being a student is good enough. But these feelings are perfectly normal. It happens to everyone. Even NBA players have to figure out who they are once they're done playing.
You gotta have a strong mental to play in NBA because your whole focus is being a basketball player. Like, cause you get put in this bubble where you making so much money, but you really don't know how to do anything else. And then when it's over, it's like, oh, what the fuck I do next?
Myth number 2, going to college will automatically make you more valuable. Unless you're attending an elite college, nobody cares that you went to school. For the first 3 to 5 years after you graduate, people might care about what school you went to. But after that, nobody cares.
I've probably applied to at least 200 jobs. And these are jobs that I know I'm beyond qualified for.
I can't even get somebody to fucking hire me for Walmart.
In the past few months, I've applied to 1,400 jobs on LinkedIn alone.
52% of college grads are underemployed. And if you start your professional career underemployed, you're 3.5 times more likely to stay that way. Now, I don't know how that sounds to you, but to me, it doesn't sound like an ambition issue. It sounds like an issue of people getting stuck once life starts and not being able to pivot out of bad situations. Myth 3, more education means more money. There's no easy way to say this, but more education does not equal more money. More money equals more money. And once you start making a lot of money, there's no way to guarantee that you'll make a lot of money for a long time. Right now, 44% of millennials go to work after work, and 1 in 2 Gen Zers also have a second job. A few years ago, everyone was encouraged to learn how to code or to get into engineering. Now, the very same people who listened can't find a job.
Unfortunately, layoffs hitting the tech sector recently. Nearly 24,000 workers have been laid off. If you have not been paying close attention, you should be.
The sad thing is this is the reality for almost every industry. Nobody's safe. Companies are always looking for ways to become more profitable, and usually labor is the most expensive item on a balance sheet.
Microsoft, despite booming, laying off 1,900 workers today in their gaming division. SAP planning job changes or buyouts for 8,000 workers. eBay laying off 1,000 workers, and that there are many, many more listed.
In 2023, Facebook announced that revenue was up 19% and market value had almost doubled to $1.5 trillion. And to celebrate, they laid off a huge chunk of middle management. And if the biggest companies are laying off qualified workers, what do you think the smaller companies are going to do? Now, I say all of that to say this. Education and experience doesn't mean you won't get fired. But if you do get fired, a good network will help you get back on your feet. And the final myth, everyone finds their people in college. You might leave college with 30 friends, or you might leave with none, but you are going to leave. And when you get to wherever you're going, you have to reestablish the direction of your social life. And that's hard for everyone.
Making friends after college is really fucking hard.
Being in my 20s trying to make friends is so embarrassing.
Post-grad life in a nutshell is having to go on like little girlfriend dates to find friends.
So if you want to make friends post-grad, you have to like go put yourself out there and make friends.
I mean, look, there are literally a bunch of videos on YouTube about how to make friends in your 30s, and those videos have millions of views. So if you ever feel like it's you, it's not. It's everyone. Unless it's you. The most important thing to remember is this. You have a track record of figuring things out and excelling. So don't stop now. You were probably nervous before starting college, maybe even scared, but you went in, you figured it out, and you made it to the end. The same thing's gonna happen in life. You're gonna be fine. And if you're watching this video, it means you're already looking for answers, which means you're going to be fine. Just don't stop looking. But hey, if you want a shortcut of all the lessons and mistakes you're gonna make in your 20s, click and watch this video here and subscribe.